I'm starting out with my face already prepped with my normal foundation and concealer routine. Taking your favorite peachy pink blush, apply it to the apples of your cheeks and blend upwards towards the temple. To start the eyes, I'll be taking this cool tone brown shadow with a fluffy brush and blending it into the crease using windshield wiper-like motions. Next, using the same fluffy brush, we will be applying this bright metallic purple onto the outer third of the eye, and also blending the color into the crease. Next, taking this bright yellow on a flat brush, we apply this color to the inner third of the eye. Next, with the same flat brush, we take this bright blue metallic eyeshadow and pack it onto the center of the lid, making sure to blend into the other two colors. Next, keeping as close as possible to the lower lashes, smudge the blue shadow on the outer half of the lower lash line. Next, I will be using the NYX Prismatic eyeshadow in Frostbite to highlight my brow bone. Before taking a pale yellow eyeshadow to highlight the inner corner. Next, I will be using the NYX Faux Whites Eye Brightener in the shade Lavender Blush to line my lower waterline. Then top off the eyes with your favorite mascara. You can also add false lashes if that's your thing. Now for the eyebrows, just use whatever shape works best for you. I personally have been blessed with the brow, and as such have a hard time shaping them, so I will just be filling mine in with this purple shadow from earlier to match my hair. Next, using that same prismatic shadow as a highlighter, we're going to apply it to the high points of our face, on our cheekbones, down the bridge of our nose, on the cupid's bow, and lightly on the chin, blending out with our fingers if there's too harsh a line. Then, taking the same faux white eyeliner from before, we're going to make freckles on our cheeks and cheekbones. Using varying amounts of pressure and keeping the clusters organic and non-symmetrical will lend a more natural look. Now, if you wanted this look to be more beauty and less grunge, you could end it here, put on a nice metallic lip, I'll be showing you how it looks with a rose gold and a deep purple, and call it a day. But for those of you who stay tuned, we're about to get into the rough and gritty part. Now to start roughing this makeup up, we're going to apply blush to the tip of our nose and a little bit above and connect it to the blush on our cheeks. The idea here is to make it look like our fairy's been crying, sniffling a bit, she's been going through some stuff. Now, to begin to make the tear tracks, we're going to wet our brush with a setting spray before taking it back into that same prismatic eyeshadow and just drawing it in real rough streaks down our cheeks, starting at our lower lash line. You don't have to be too clean with this. The point of this is mostly to give you a guideline to where you're going to drag the eyeshadow down later. And then, to really sell that she's been crying, we're going to dip our fingers or brush, either works, into the same colors that we used on our eyes before. And in generally the same area, but now on the lower lash line, we're going to drag that color down. Like she's been crying a lot, it's been running down her face, Just make it look as rough as possible. Then take your mascara wand and very lightly touch it to your lower lash line and cheeks, pulling the color down, smudging it with your fingers, and generally roughing it up. Then we're going to make more tear streaks over the eyeshadow. These don't need to be as many as the ones you placed down as guidelines, and if anything, they should be a little bit neater, because these tear streaks will be the ones that catch the light. Now this next bit all hinges on that old tidbit about iron burning fairies. So if your costume doesn't have this collar, you can skip this bit. So to start making that irritated and burned look around where the metal would be touching the skin, you can take any old red lip liner and start making veiny streaks coming up from where the metal would be touching the skin. Be sure to blend them out with your fingers and do so in layers in order to get a more natural effect. Then taking a blood red lipstick and a cosmetic sponge with some pieces torn out the top, start to stipple the color in the same area that you drew the veins. You should use a heavier hand closer to the collar and gradually get lighter as you go. Also, if you're wearing shackles of any kind, don't forget to do the same effect to your hands or ankles, wherever else the metal would be touching. And with that, you're done. Full confession time, I made a pair of fairy wings to go with this look, but the camera had a very hard time focusing on me when I was wearing them, and not all fairies had wings in the old legends, so I think it still works out. Like, subscribe, and post your comments below. Bye!